Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're working on a different bike and getting the brakes working. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that little bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content we got going on this channel. So, on to the video. Obviously we got a bike you guys have probably never seen before, and that's because I just picked it up pretty much to flip the bike and sell it. Problem is, the brakes do absolutely nothing currently. So we gotta fix the brakes, get them working properly. And I found this as a very good example of the other type of brake you will run into on a budget bike. You'll find these a lot on your standard fixie bikes, your inexpensive single speed bikes, and of course, your budget beach cruisers here with gears. So this one is just a beach cruiser. It has a freewheel on the back, so it is not a, wrong way, there we go. So it is not your standard coaster brake, it just has a freewheel on the back, hence the need for hand brakes. So we're gonna get right up to the front brake. We're gonna show you how to get these adjusted. That way you can have pretty good braking power, I guess. We'll find out how good it actually is, but let's get right up to the front and get working on it. So like I said, this is a budget bike. So in that case, for these budget brakes, all you really need, 10mm wrench. Hopefully you have them. If you lost one, well, sucks for you. So that's all you're really gonna need. It's gonna do your adjustments here, your brake pads, right here for your cable tension. That's gonna adjust everything you need to get adjusted. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're on the front brake, like I said. So as you might be able to tell, while I pulled that lever, only this side moves. This side is pinned up against the wheel. So with these brakes, with these style of brakes, normally you'd have on a V brake, you'd have one side mounted here, one side mounted here. In this case, there's really only one mounting point, and it's right on the back of the fork. You can see the nut right there. So with that being said, this is how you're going to center the brake on the actual wheel. So if we take a look at it now, it's still off-centered towards that side. And if we tighten this up, it's gonna pull those together. So as you can tell, it's still off-centered to that side still. So if we come back here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it towards the loose way, and that's going to pull the brake the way I need it to. And as you can tell now, we have the opposite problem. So now this side is moving, that side's not. So we're gonna try and pull this back this way a little bit. And that might be our winner right there. So that looks about equal on both sides. From there, we're going to go ahead and we need to make this quite a bit tighter. All right, now I can pull this lever all the way back to the handlebars, and it barely pulls it all. So we're gonna go ahead, loosen our 10mm here. And with these brakes, you do want to make sure, you want to be careful because they will spring out. They are powered by a spring like most of them are. So when you loosen this, make sure you have a good grasp on the other side. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and squeeze these together some. And we're gonna let off just a little bit, just like that. That should be pretty good right there. Just tighten down that nut here. And let's see how we're feeling. Oh, it feels a lot better, okay. Actually looks pretty good. Okay, so let's see what else we got. So I think the brake pads, so in my case, the brake pads were actually upside down. So if you have these brake pads right here, they have a little nub on the top. The nub is supposed to go down, and it's supposed to curve in the correct way with the wheel. Like so. Go ahead and tighten this guy up. That'll probably make a huge difference in it right there, because now they're facing the correct way. Let's see here, okay. Try and twist it back just a hair. There we go. Now I'll tighten that side up. And we'll do the same for this side here, which again is also upside down. If you haven't seen my videos about why bike shop bikes are better than Walmart bikes, this would be a good time to go check that out. Because this is one of the problems with them, is they don't quite know what they're doing most of the time. So pull this down a little bit, and get that centered on the wheel. And there you go. That is a very well adjusted brake there. So I'll go through the simple steps again. Pretty much, you gotta center it with the back screw right here, with the back bolt. Go ahead, turn that and get your brake centered. if it loosens up when you turn it, make sure you loosen it center and then tighten it back up as tight as you can get it. That's going to make sure it stays centered. After you have it centered, go ahead and adjust your cable tension right up here. Go ahead and loosen that bolt, pull your cable through, and that way you can get as tight as you need to. And you want it to have a little bit of space in there, especially with it being a budget bike. The wheel does have a little bit of a wobble. It's not going to come out of this bike. So make sure you have that. That way you have a little bit of wiggle room. You're not going to have the super fast braking, but you have a little bit of wiggle room on there. After you do that, make sure your pads are actually centered on the wheel itself. That's going to make sure that you get even wearing on your brakes and of course the maximum stopping power you can get. Once you get that all set, your bike is ready to stop. Not ready to go, you're ready to stop after you go. So let's go ahead, take a look at the rear. We'll do the same thing and then we'll get this bike out the door. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you learned how to adjust these style brakes by yourself and you're able to do that in your own garage now. If you did enjoy the video, give it a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love chatting with you guys. Love answering any questions you guys have. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.